Good Wednesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am coming to you from the hockey capital of the planet, the Sunshine State, the great state of Florida, ladies and gentlemen. The Florida Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, man. The beer's flowing down at the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale, and man, we're already talking about a three-peat. Absolute dynasty down here in Florida. What is it, six of the past years in a row, the battle for Lord Stanley's Cup has taken place in the great state of Florida. Low taxes, low crime, good governor, doesn't get any better, and obviously beaches, right? Who wants to live in, no offense, Edmonton or Calgary or Alberta, high taxes and whatever. But folks, man, what a series. I'm just so proud of the Panthers. We were suite owners for about 4 years, and after they won last year for this year, man, they went a little obscene with the prices. So we sat with the unwashed masses, and just great. If you're a hockey fan, this was one of the best Stanley Cup series in a long time. Okay, got that out of the way. We're going to talk. Oh, before I forget, next week, starting Monday, June 23rd through June 26th. So whenever this type of stuff happens, folks, I made a prediction last Thursday in a free live trade brief. Folks, I did that one for free. I went and did a free live trade brief because my email starts lighting up from family, friends, random strangers like, oh, hey, might have war. How do you profit off something like that? So in a live trade brief last Thursday morning for free at 10 a.m., I showed you a potential, what I call tredge, a trade that's going to make money potentially and act as a hedge to protect long-term bullish positions. What happened since then? That night at Game 4 of the Panthers, Israel attacked Iran, and here we are, on day 6 of the attacks, and the S&P has sold off, heading back down towards the 20-day moving average out here. So what I'm going to do to help people who reached out to me and said, oh, I missed that brief, or I don't know how to do that type of trade, I'm just going to open up the doors next week for a free week of live trading. I'm one of the only guys or gals in the industry that does this. Everybody else gives you 102 PowerPoint slides, begs you to buy their whatever it is, and then once you get in, you see what's going on. Not me. You ain't buying anything until you see what I'm doing live. And then you decide, right? I mean, the last full throttle that I did, I paid for the 3 years of an annual membership in the first couple trades. Ain't nobody else out there doing that, folks. So if you want to join me next week or get access to the replays, head to go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle, and I'll get you access to all the briefs. You don't want to miss what I think's going to happen, how I'm going to contingent. You just don't want to miss any of this because there is a lot of stuff going on. The president he said it today in front of these, construction workers or oil workers, whatever, saying, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So it's really interesting. I know General Kane, Raisin Kane, Dan Kane and I worked together in business a while ago. He's currently the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. Got a lot of inside scoop on what potentially is going on. However, it's still, at the end of the day, up to this guy. And I am ready to trade no matter if the market rips up, down, or sideways. This could get uglier, man. If he does drop a couple Moabs to take out the rest of the nuke facilities and then they start attacking our bases in the Middle East, could get ugly. Or if Iran really, really decides to shut down the Strait of Hormuz, right? They got all these little dhows, these boats. They got mines that can attack the Strait of Hormuz, obviously. Iran only produces about 3% of the world's oil, and then morons like China and Russia are the biggest takers of that. Why? Because, first of all, it's illegal under UN sanctions, but nobody cares that China and Russia is doing this. But if they level all those oil facilities, China and Russia are going to sit up straight and start caring. Here's what I'm getting at. If they do decide to mine the Strait of Hormuz, Saudi can't move oil, and some other folks, at least through, obviously, the Arabian Gulf. I'm going to call it the Arabian Gulf, not the Persian Gulf anymore. Israel's running low on defense interceptors. So what did we do today in our live trade brief? I showed another trade where our members can get long-term bullish on, say it with me, Raytheon. Take a look at Raytheon's stock, RTX. Now, we put on a bullish trade on Raytheon back here, and look at the rip. Look at the rip This is earnings. See that E right there? That's earnings. Look at what happened after the last earnings. Buy the rumor, sell the news, and then the thing hasn't looked back. It's gone from $112 stock as high as a couple days ago, $150. Raytheon is ripping. Why? Because they make the Patriot missile. Okay. And then real quick, I want to cover as we get tactical here in Iron Condor that I placed yesterday because of the Fed meeting today. I don't even want to talk about the Fed meeting. Jerome Powell, I'm waiting for something to break before I cut rates. Really? You cut rates 50 basis points in front of an election to try and get Kamala. Inflation was going up in the fall. I thought the jobs were fine and the economy was fine. Why did you cut 50 basis points right in front of an election? Well, we all know why. So anyway, yesterday in the primary live trade brief, we put on this Iron Condor. The 60 puts were the short strike. 65s were the short call strike. I call this a football trade because this looks like the uprights. Based on the market move yesterday afternoon and this morning, we could have closed, or our members could have closed this trade this morning right at the open for about a 50% profit. Okay. And Mo Ron exited. He got a nice little profit. Some other folks. But look at this. I wanted to, and I think I posted, where did I post that? Because I said, hey, man, this is why we take profit. I think it was maybe over here in the Lifetime group. Oh, I forget where I posted it. But anyway, I said, hey, this is why we take profits when they hit. When your profit hits your profit target or it hits your eject criteria, you get out. Because let's look at the S&P 500. So here's the open. We had a nice little run, then right back to 6,000. It was the battle of 6,000 until when? This is the rate decision. And then at 2 o'clock right here. So there was an implosion and a rip right back to 6,000 before the Fed announcement. So maybe something leaked a little bit here, but look at what happened. Look at this heart rate monitor when Jerome Powell was talking, right? Starts talking, explode, implode, and then implosion, bounce, implosion, another bounce, and then an implosion back to here. So enough rambling. If you stayed in that Iron Condor from yesterday, you made a max profit, right? Let me go back to it. There it is right here, new Fed Iron Condor. So you could have made, if you stayed in it, a max profit of 100%. That was a potential $2 trade yesterday. And when this trade expired at market close, you would have kept the entire $2. Obviously, if you did 15 contracts or 10 contracts or one contract, it's really up to you. I can't tell you what to do, right? And this is what I wrote this. And that's why we close trades when I hit our profit target or eject point. Because initially, when I was sitting here watching Jerome Powell talk and whatever he said spooked the market a little bit and we imploded like this, I'm like, thank God our smart TGO members closed this Iron Condor because the bull put spread of it might have been in danger if this thing kept going and didn't stop around this 59.75 point. So again, I'm going to teach you one of the mottos or the motto here at Top Gun Options is what? Discipline and risk management equal superior execution. Okay. Obviously, the president was not happy, called Powell stupid again today, laughed at him. Wasn't the nicest guy. Still waiting for some trade deals to get signed. Bank of America this week. Investor mood is back at pre-Liberation Day levels, folks. The retail traders have saved this market. We celebrated today that RFK Jr. might boot big pharma advertising on TV, radio, digital, social media, which would be seismic. It would destroy some of these pharma companies and also some of these media companies who are in their bag. And then in good news, if you're invested in Amazon like I am, in bad news, if you're a human that works at Amazon, Andy Jassy today said the CEO, generative AI will reduce the total workforce at Amazon. That ain't news, folks. I'm telling you, AI is going to kill all of us. Get while the getting's good because it is going to be ugly. Register for our free week of trading next week. Go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle, and I will see you in the live briefing room Monday morning at 10 Eastern. Fights on.